Have you ever wondered what makes the difference between a good athlete and a great athlete? The short answer is power. When you have two fighters at the exact same skill level, the more powerful athlete is going to have the advantage every single time. Now, it's no secret that you need power to set yourself apart in the fight game, but there seems to be some confusion on how to build power in a strength and conditioning program. And that's why in this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 of the best exercises to help you dominate with devastating knockout power. Stay tuned. What is going on? It's Coach Adam from Counter-Strike, where we make fight science simple. On this channel, I talk about everything a combat athlete needs off the mats to help them dominate on the mats and in the cage. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel out a lot. And if you're excited to talk about some knockout power, smash that like button for me. Now, the 3 exercises that we're going to be talking about today come from a special style of strength training designed to build ridiculous power in athletes. This type of training is called ballistic training. The focus of ballistic training is creating as much force as possible, as quickly as possible, without stopping as you're performing the exercise. This means when performing a ballistic exercise, there's a period of time when an athlete's body or another object is in flight. For example, when performing a back squat, we may be able to produce a lot of force very quickly, but this is not a ballistic exercise because we are stopping at the top of the movement. However, a jumping back squat would be considered a ballistic movement because we are creating a lot of force, we're doing it very quickly, and we are entering a phase of flight. We are producing force past the stopping point of the movement. This is important for fighters because when we throw our strikes, we don't want them to stop when they hit our opponents. We're aiming to punch through our opponents or enter a flight phase. This is what allows fighters to knock out opponents, and this is why ballistic exercises are so beneficial to creating devastating knockout power in fighters. So now that we understand what ballistic exercises are, why they're important for combat athletes, we can get into the good stuff, the 3 best ballistic exercises for devastating punching power. And make sure you stick around until the very end of the video because I have a special offer that will help you take your knockout power to a ridiculous new level. Exercise number 1 is the Landmine coil jerk. In the world of strength and conditioning, there are no better ballistic exercises for creating power than Olympic movements. And landmine exercises like the coil jerk are some of my favorite Olympic variations to use with combat athletes. They're easy to teach, they save a lot of time, and the risk for injury is much lower than a traditional Olympic movement like the clean and jerk. We want to make sure that we're in a split stance with one elbow nice and high and the opposite elbow tucking into the front pocket of our lean leg. We want to really have a big rotation in our upper body. From there, we want to explode through our hips, extending our ankle, knees, and hips. This is where all the power is going to come from. As we're exploding and extending, we're going to violently switch our feet as we drop underneath the bar and catch it overhead. We want to perform the landmine coil jerk for 6 to 10 sets of 2 repetitions on each side. Remember, the key here is power. So we want to keep the volume low and we want to keep the rest a little bit higher so we can put 100% intent and 100% force behind every single rep. If we're fatigued going into the repetitions, then we're not going to be able to max out our power production. Exercise number 2 is the med ball rotational throw. I love using med balls for developing power in combat athletes because they're super simple to learn, perform, and progress. It's really easy. We're just going to grab the med ball, stand in a split stance, and rotate the med ball to our hip. From there, we're going to drive through the hip, throwing the med ball as far as possible, as fast as possible. We can perform the med ball rotational throw for 3 to 5 sets of 2 to 5 reps on each side of the body. Just like the coil jerk, we want to put 100% intent and force behind every single rep that we do. So we want to make sure that we have plenty of rest in between each set. And exercise number 3 is the B stance trap bar jump. If you want to stop more fights with KOs, then you need to be doing the B stance trap bar jump in your strength and conditioning routine. This simple exercise is one of the GOATs when it comes to developing punching power. While in a split stance, we're going to bend at the knee and the hip, grabbing the trap bar. We want to make sure that we're maintaining a 45-degree angle with our torso. We don't want to be too straight up and down, but we also don't want our back parallel with the ground. From there, we jump as high as we can, extending at the ankle, knees, and hips, and putting full intent behind every single rep. We can perform the B stance trap bar jump for 6 to 10 sets of 2 to 3 reps on each side. An important key on this exercise is that we don't go too heavy. We want to use anywhere between 30 to 40% of our 1 rep max to really ensure that we can generate the most power when performing this exercise. And those are my 3 favorite ballistic exercises for developing devastating punching power. Hope you got a lot out of the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you stuck around to the end, I have a special offer that's going to allow you to start taking your punching power to the next level. I put together a brand new free strength and conditioning program. It's called our 21-day challenge. It's designed specifically to help combat athletes build more power, build more strength, and develop some ridiculous cardio. If you want to access our 21-day challenge, you can click the link down in the description below to download the Counter-Strike app. It's going to take your game to the next level. Again, I hope you got a lot out of this video. I appreciate you taking the time to check it out. Until next time, see you later.